Sri Lanka's stance on Gaza conflicts remain unchanged, says the president. Sajid challenges to compete with him in working for the people. Samantha Vidyarathne says Sajid's party Samagi Jana Balavegaya lacks unity. Only President Ranil accepted the revolutionary challenge of preventing the people from dying, says Manusha. The exceptionally successful Dharma Rashmi Poson zone ends today. It is reiterated that the country could not expect benefits from leaders who flee in the face of crisis. Power failures hamper air travel at the Manchester airport. Now for those and other stories in detail. President Ranil Wickremesinghe reiterated Sri Lanka's unwavering stance on the conflict in the Gaza Strip, emphasizing that Sri Lanka remains steadfast in supporting the establishment of the Palestinian state within 5 years. The president made these remarks during his participation in a special service held today at the new Kathankudi Grand Juma Mosque for the affected people of Gaza. The service was conducted by Maulavi Harith. In a significant display of solidarity, the new Kathankudi Grand Juma Mosque donated 10,769,417 rupees to the Children of Gaza Fund, established under the President's directives to support children affected by the conflicts in Gaza. Trustees of the mosque presented the donation check to the President during the ceremony. President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that the government maintains a steadfast position on the Gaza issue, which will not change. If Israel has issues with Hamas, retaliation should not be taken against the people of Gaza. It is crucial to assist Palestine in finding solutions. The President said their stance is to establish the Palestinian state within 5 years. It is essential to set a deadline because discussions have been going on for over 5 decades. Therefore, they must take action according to a specific time frame. If Israel faces security challenges, those should be addressed separately. However, the creation of the Palestinian state is imperative. The loss of many innocent lives deeply concerns them, and they unanimously condemn it. The government of Sri Lanka has initiated the Gaza Fund to assist children affected by the Gaza conflict. As the first step, they donated $1 million. Despite being a small country and facing economic challenges, the President also said they have contributed this amount and urged the public to support this cause. And he also expressed sincere gratitude for every donation received. The issue of burial has been a significant concern over the Muslim community in the country. Initially, a separate committee was appointed, deviating from the guidelines of the World Health Organization, which created problems and caused grief among the Muslim community. In response, the government has decided to introduce new legislation allowing individuals to choose between burial and cremation according to their wishes. Additionally, provisions have been made for bodies to be donated to medical faculties if desired. These measures aim to prevent similar issues from rising in the future.
නීතියක් ගේනවා කියලා තමන්ට කැමති නම් උමිදානය කරන්න තමන්ට කැමති නම් ආදාන කරන්න තමන්ට කැමති නම් විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයේ වෛද්‍ය පීඨයට තමන්ගේ මල සිරුර බාර දෙන්න. ඒ නිසා මේක ප්‍රශ්නයක් නොවන විදියට අපි මේ විසඳුම දීලා තියෙනවා.
Additionally, President Wickremesinghe was engaged in friendly conversation with devotees attending the special service and took the opportunity to pose for several selfies with them, fostering a warm and inclusive atmosphere.
And meanwhile, opposition leader Sajid Premadasa says he is posing a challenge to anybody to come forward to compete with him in working for the masses without having power. He has made these remarks at a program in Donangaslanda in Kurunegala. Opposition leader Sajid Premadasa said that he extends an invitation for groups that criticize him to join him to work on behalf of the people. He has also called upon to refrain from deceiving the people through false propaganda.
Executive member of the National People's Power Samantha Vidyarathne says that although the name of the party of Sajid Premadasa is Samagi Jana Balavegaya, the only element that is missing in his party is Samagi or unity itself. He has made these remarks at a public meeting in Diathalavi yesterday. The conference of gallant soldiers of the three armed forces of the NPP in the Haptala electorate was held yesterday. It was presided over by Samantha Vidyarathna and attended by a group of including party activists. Executive member of Samag Jana Balavikas, Samantha Vidyarathna said that it was the president of Sajid's party who had said the distribution of buses and constructing of smart classrooms are being carried out through the corrupted financial funds of casino dealers. He further said that if the party president makes such a statement, they should also look into this as the position. Vidyarathna also said senior vice president of the Sajid's party, P. Harrison, is now with the president. He also said Rajat Senaratna had stated at a discussion in the Kabir Hashim's residence that it was not Sajid but Ranil is suitable for leadership. The NPP executive member said that what the Samag Jana Balavikas is lacking is unity.
Minister Manoj Nanayakara says that it was only President Ranil Wickremesinghe who had accepted the revolutionary challenge of rescuing the people from those thrones of death, and he was addressing the Ampara program of the Jayagamu, Sri Lanka today. The Smart Youth Club program organized under the Jayagamu Sri Lanka Ampara program was conducted on the second day of the event today. The event organized under the leadership of Minister Manoj Nanayakara was also attended by District Coordinating Committee Chairman Parliamentarian D. Veerasinghe and former Minister Dayagamage. Minister Manoj Nanayakara said that if there are real revolutionaries, they should have taken measures to prevent people dying in the caves. He added that President who genuinely loved the people saw the misery of people and accepted the challenge to prevent the people dying. He added that those who watched the situation and did nothing to prevent the destruction could not be considered as real revolutionaries.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe emphasized that a nation cannot prosper under leaders who flee during times of crisis. He further highlighted that if he had not taken charge during the country's period of turmoil, he shredded that to think of the current state of affairs. These remarks were made by President Ranil Wickremesinghe during his attendance at a meeting of United National Party representatives from Batiklo district held yesterday at the Municipal Council Auditorium, Batiklo. The event was attended by Senior Advisor to the President on National Security and Head of Presidential Staff Sagla Ratnayaka, Governor of Eastern Province Senthil Thondaman, General Secretary of the United National Party Palitha Rangebandara and other participants. President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that he had the opportunity to engage with various political and public organizations in Batiklo. The country faced significant challenges. During the previous administration, he had consistently emphasized the necessity of maintaining a reserve of at least $3 billion to propel the economy forward. He added that no political party endorsed this stance and inquired as to what the Samag Jana Balavikas and Janata Vimukti Peramuna have to say about the issue. The president also said they were the sole advocates of the crucial initiative, often dismissed as spreading false propaganda. Irrespective of their political affiliation, they must uphold truthfulness for the sake of the nation's future. In politics, honesty must be always prevailing. Amidst that struggle, Gotabaya Rajapaksa proposed Sajid Premadasa to take charge of the country, but they declined the responsibility of the country's future. Similarly, the Janata Vimukti Peramuna, aspiring for leadership, remained conspicuously absent. The question to be posed with whether these individuals are fit to lead the country. He added that nevertheless they stood steadfast against adversity and established a government. Presently the country is emerging from bankruptcy. During that period, the opposition levelled numerous accusations, urging the president's resignation from both the roles of Prime Minister and President upon assuming leadership amidst challenges. The president has also questioned as to what would have become of the country had he stepped down then. He also said that he steered the country through its most trying times and undertook numerous initiatives that benefited the people, actions that were neglected during the country's financial turmoil. He further said that even amidst the country's economic collapse, they increased allowances for government employees and worked to double the sum of the allowance through the Asvasva program. Initiatives were also launched to grant freehold land deeds to those who have no land rights.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe advised the future generation to prioritize obtaining a good education, respecting principles and not fearing challenges. The President shared this advice in response to a question from a youth at Batiklo District Youth Representative meeting. A significant turnout of youth from Batticaloa district graced this meeting, where the President took proactive steps to address their queries directly. One of the youth representatives present at the event said that the President took over the responsibility on behalf of the country when it was in a state of crisis. He then inquired how did overcome that challenge and whether the future generations have the opportunity to study at schools like the Royal College. Responding to the question, President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that when everyone else shield away from the challenge, he took on the responsibility. He said that if one has confidence in themselves, they should not be afraid of challenges. Running shoes on won't run out, not to run in fear of problems, he added. He said that he believed that he could save the country from this challenge. The President said that if he had not taken over the country, he would like to ask what would be the state of the country today. He urged the people not to be afraid of challenges and not to lie. Like the Royal College in Colombo, many other schools will get similar facilities in the future, he added. The President said that the government can provide education, but the backbone cannot be given as it must be within oneself.
Sir, here we are commencement for this meeting. The only identity is we are Sri Lankans, okay? So we have so much of resources here, like marine materials, cloth materials, and also tea, diamond, like this. But hence we are importing so much of goods to survive here, even food and water also. So if we have developed our industries, like small industries, we will reach a peak of a mountain. So if you don't mind, sir, can you please explain your proposals for the development of the industries?
Who's your favorite singer?
My favorite singer, Yuan Sangaraja.
Aren't we importing his songs here? We are importing his songs now. No, in the world is open. I agree with you that we have to industrialize, right? But what we have done all this time, we are using our resources, we are making things here, we are not exporting. So we have no foreign exchange. Because we have no foreign exchange, when we buy fuel, oil and all, we have to pay in foreign exchange. We have to take loans. So when you take loans, you can't repay the loans. That is what happened to us. We didn't earn enough exports to pay for what we import. Now oil we have to import, petrol. We can't put coconut oil and run our buses. So that is out. Similarly, there are food we have to bring in. But then we are not doing enough to export and earn some money. So we have to now go for use our resources to do what we can to export. So we must now start using our resources, exporting. Part of our resources is skilled manpower. With skilled manpower we can do work. Then other is tourism. Look at tourism. If we put all the, we can have easily have 100 hotels here, just in Batticaloa alone. From Wahare down here or more, we can get enough tourists. Then agriculture modernization. We want to put smart agriculture. So what we are suggesting is, let us use our resources and export. Don't only stay in the country. If that is so, we don't have foreign exchange. So if I'll get this country out of this bankruptcy now, but if you don't do it, in the next 15 years, 20 years, when you are in your 30s, you'll have the same problem. So the only way now is to develop our industries, our tourism, our agriculture, export it and keep developing.
Meanwhile, President Wickremesinghe engaged in a meeting with the business community in Batticaloa district yesterday. The President briefed the business community on the government's ambitious development agenda for the eastern province, focusing on bolstering tourism, industry and agriculture. President Wickremesinghe called upon the business community to actively engage in and support the comprehensive development plans set to unfold over the next 5 years in the eastern province. President Wickremesinghe said that they have partnered to enhance the Trincomalee port and establish new investment zones with India and other foreign countries. Additionally, the President said that the plans are underway to build a new oil refinery in Trincomalee with the goal of transforming it into an energy hub. He said that several solar power and wind energy projects are also salted from implementation. Furthermore, he said that the government is aiming to develop the province into a tourist destination. Simultaneously, initiatives are underway to foster the growth of small and medium medium-scale enterprises, providing opportunities for new business to thrive. He said that these efforts are pivotal in positioning the Eastern Province as a cornerstone in the country's transition to export-oriented economy. Governors of the Eastern Province, Senthil Thondaman, State Minister S. Vilayendran, Sivanesiture Chandrakantan, Senior Advisor to the President of National Security and Chief of Presidential Staff Sagar Ratnayaka were also present on this occasion.
Minister Ramesh Pathira and Parliamentarian Rajat Senaratne have expressed their opinions on the present political situation in the country after a ceremony yesterday. Parliamentarian Rajat Senaratne said that the basic necessity of the country is to rescue the nationally economically. He added that the attention should be focused on this issue at the forthcoming presidential election. Rajat Senaratne further said that when considering the JVP program, they find that there was contradictions in the opinions of Andra Kumara, Lal Kanta and Tilvin Silva. He has inquired whether such persons could deal with the IMF. The parliamentarian further said that therefore if the country was handed over to the JVP, a more dangerous situation than prevailed last time may occur. He added that under such circumstances, the people of the country would suffer immensely.
ප්‍රභාතයකට වැටෙනවා. වැටුනහම දුක් විඳින්නේ මේ රටේ ජනතාව. කවුරුවක්වත් නෙවෙයි.
Mr. Ramesh Pathira said that the presidential election has not yet been declared. He added that, however, that the election would be held in October this year. He further said that politics would have to take place according to the decisions taken by the party with the announcement of the election.
The first WLA Asia-Oceania conference held in Sri Lanka was successfully concluded recently. The conference was focused on the theme Wetlands and Wetland Centres for Eco-Friendly Tourism. The conference was held from June 17 to 21st at Desaru Wetland Park, Battaramulla. The conference, organised by the Sri Lanka Land Development Corporation under the Ministry of Housing, aimed to foster collaboration for the sustainable management of wetlands. Over 100 delegates from more than 70 wetland centres across Asia, Australia and New Zealand took part in this conference. Highlights of the conference included a fishing cat and nocturnal observation centre conducted by the Urban Fishing Cat Conservation Project, allowing visitors to explore untouched areas of Desaru Park by foot and boat. Desaru Park's role as the host of landmark conference underscores its significance as a model for urban wetland conservation and ecotourism. The event promises to be a pivotal moment in the ongoing efforts to preserve and protect the wetlands, highlighting Desaru Park as a beacon of sustainable environmental stewardship. On the final day of the program, participants took part in a scenic crane journey from Colombo Fort to Sitavaka Botanical Garden on the Sitavaka Odyssey, ensuring a personal and educational experience.
Odyssey Trail. It's been a great experience so far. Everyone is so kind and the entertainment is brilliant. It's brilliant. I love it. Please everyone come here. Do that.
Thank you for everything, Sri Lanka. Hospitality was great. Stuti. Thank you. We'll come back.
Thank you for welcoming us here in Colombo, Sri Lanka. It has been a great experience so far. All the people here are fantastic. The music, the food, the entertainment. You guys have been so amazing hosts. We are very welcoming and you take great care of us the whole time. So thank you so much.
I've had a fantastic trip. Sri Lanka's been amazing. Desaru Park is beautiful and most importantly the people here. I've really enjoyed hanging out with everybody here. The hospitality's been great, so really encourage everybody to come visit Sri Lanka.
I'm really happy to invite people to come to the western province of Sri Lanka. It's my first visit to anywhere in South Asia and wow, people are so friendly and welcoming. The environment is fantastic. You see so many different wetland species and trees and plants and birds and reptiles. It's just fantastic. Come.
We're on the train in Sri Lanka. It's a beautiful country. We're having a great time and we're here to celebrate wetlands. Wetlands and music, obviously. So thank you very much for having us.
The United Nations have taken measures to introduce several projects, including AI technology to prevent post-harvest losses in the local fishing industry. It is the national television which is shouldering the responsibility of enlightening the general public regarding the project through coordination of several institutions in the state and private sectors. The latest study says 44% of the catch of fish in the Sri Lankan fishing industry are subject to deterioration in standards. Most of the post-harvest losses amounting to 41% of damages has shown in fish production using multi-day fishing trawlers. Sri Lankan government, along with the United Nations Food and Agricultural Organization and the government of Norway, had unleashed the project in the year 2021. The project has introduced many constructive programs to reduce the post-harvest losses in the fishing industry. Accordingly, utilization of AI technology to inspect the status of fish through the introduction of mobile telephone, introduction of the new cooling system to prevent the melting of ice used in multi-day trawlers to preserve the freshness of fish. In addition, many operative measures, including increase in fuel efficiency and modernization of fishing craft, have also been presented.
The world, food loss, 1/3 of food is wasted, over almost 1 billion. And when it comes to fisheries products, or you call it blue products, again, 30 to 35% loss is really, really a big problem in the whole world. And when it comes to Sri Lanka, it's even more. I'm not going to tell you all this. Dr. Pushpa will share all this. It is more than 50%. If you can save part of that loss, that itself is a gain for us. It's a big contribution to the GDP. It can improve. Now, where the problems are, we found. Where the solutions needed, we still found. You would, as MDS, you would see some of these solutions tabled in a few hours' time. But still, even though we have solutions, when it comes to implementation, it's not that easy. We still need support. Government of Sri Lanka still needs support for certain implementation, activities of these solutions, but many others have already been started.
In Sri Lanka, for the Component 5, we established a very active FLW platform, including 30 members of the working group. It covers all policymakers, fishing community, private sector, processing, exporters, and government institutes who are related working with the fisheries value chain, and also 19 institutes. In addition to that, the marketing sector also, as well as the local national fish market at Paliagoda, also included in the working group.
This workshop brings together representatives from 3 countries to share valuable experiences in assessing fish loss and exploring solutions. The Minister of Fisheries is proud to be a partner of this critical initiative. Post-harvest fish loss is a major challenge Sri Lanka's fisheries industry, impacting both economic property and national food security. The consequences of this problem are far-reaching. It weakens the economic livelihood of fisheries, particularly some scale operators, reduce export potential and lower market value of fish due to poor quality have a negative impact on the national economy. Additionally, it undermines food security by limiting the availability of a vital source of protein for Sri Lankans. While quality deterioration is a primary issue, solutions are diverse and require holistic approach.
Okay, so this project is the culmination of the activities funded by the Norwegian Agency for Development Cooperation, or NORAD, and FAO is implementing this component 5 focused on the reduction of food loss and waste. So under this project, FAO managed to provide capacity building of the relevant stakeholders in doing the capacity building on food loss and waste assessment, as well as development a multidimensional solutions strategy that can be used or guide the country in reducing losses, particularly in the multi-day boat fishery sector.
And meanwhile, President Ranil Wickremesinghe emphasized his commitment to revitalizing the country's economy while highlighting the transformative changes in the lives of farmers. The President made these remarks during the inauguration of a groundnut processing center in Karadiyanaru. The centre was constructed at a cost of 55 million rupees under the Agricultural Modernization Programme of the Ministry of Agriculture. President Wickremesinghe personally cut the ribbon to inaugurate the process centre and took time to observe its operations firsthand. In addition to the inauguration of the centre, the President distributed laptops to agricultural organizations during a subsequent ceremony. President Wickremesinghe said that the agriculture needs a transition into an export-oriented sector, focusing on exporting agricultural crops not only to meet the country's food needs, but also to cater the needs of other countries. This approach will enable the country to earn significant foreign exchange, reducing our reliance on foreign loans, he added. The President said that he assumed leadership of the country to rebuild its economy, which includes ensuring that farmers receive a fair income. Meanwhile, President Wickremesinghe visited the pomegranate farm today situated in Bialpalava, Chennai Kaladi. The farm spans approximately 150 acres and supports around 300 families. Notably, these families achieved a substantial harvest last year, generating earnings of about 3.6 million rupees from just half an acre of its cultivation.
But today is the final day of Homagama Dharma Rashmi Poson Zone, which was organized according to a concept of Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena. The minister has watched the Bhakti Gi display in a railway compartment at the Homagama railway station yesterday. Thereafter, the minister has declared open a Poson pandal erected by the Homagama depot. An exhibition of sacred relics, pandals, dansas, concerts of devotional songs and lanterns were the highlights of the festival. Speaker Mahindayappa Abeyawardena and Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena were present at the Poson Zone today.
Poson zones are being conducted in many parts of the country in connection with the Poson festival today as well. Special features of such celebrations include pandals, lanterns, devotional songs, concerts and dances. Minister Nalin Fernando has taken part in the opening of the Jayala Poson Zone, which highlighted many features such as devotional song performances, veneration of sacred relics, display of pandals and lanterns. This was the Suk Dansula in Palavat Gane Mulla held in connection with the Poson festival.
Pantasili පිහිටුවන ලෙස
A special rice dancil was held at Sri Jinendra Rame in Balus Lane in Colombo 7 yesterday under the patronage of Chief Incumbent of the Vihara, Venerable Bambaragama Somaratana Thera. A group of devotees of Singapore has also contributed to this program. A Poson panel was constructed at the Montreba Vihara in Canada.
Now, pujas based on offerings and policies in connection with the Poson festival have been conducted not only in Sri Lanka but in many other Buddhist viharas worldwide. Vijay Disanayaka of the national television has presented this documentary on religious observances conducted at the Long Island Meditation Center in New York, USA. The Long Island Meditation Center is established in an extremely quiet and enchanting location in New York, in a neighborhood of high professionals and affluent citizens. Many U.S. nationals arrived at this center to seek the refuge of the Buddha Dhamma, to find the meaning in their lives. Many pincomers have been organized at the center on the Poson full moon Poya Day. The objective of many of the U.S. devotees is to gain special understanding on the deep philosophical teachings of the Dhamma, including the Abhidharma. These individuals are constantly engaging in Dharma discussions with the chief incumbent of the center, Venerable Kottave Nanda Thero.
Long Island Buddhist Meditation Center, New York, USA. Our vision is to spread peace and wisdom of the Buddha, to get together all different people to a same stage and practice real peace and happiness through the teachings of the Buddha. How to practice patience, loving friendliness, sympathetic joy and equanimity. Keep out stress, unsatisfactoriness, unwholesome mindset, and generate wholesome as well as bring real peace to the world.
I love the Dharma and the three jewels, the Buddha, the Sangha, the Dharma, and coming here with like-minded people supports my practice. I know whatever I practice grows stronger, and to be here and to be able to discuss the Dharma with a human like Bhante Nanda, who really epitomizes such kindness and compassion and wisdom, and that's what I try to take from him out into the real world, into my life, and I'm just really grateful to have this place of community of Sangha.
The Long Island Buddhist Meditation Center offers a sanctuary for Americans seeking to understand Buddhism and its relevance in their daily lives. Every weekend, individuals from all walks of life gather here to explore the teachings of the Lord Buddha and discover inner peace.
And that's all the news we have from Hope. Stay tuned for international stories coming after this break.
A message from the Dengue Control Unit of the Ministry of Health.
Now, all flights out of the two main terminals at Manchester Airport have been cancelled after a significant power cut caused widespread disruption. Passengers travelling through Terminals 1 and 2 have been told to stay away after the outage hit in the early hours, affecting baggage and security systems. An airport spokesman has indicated that all flights from those terminals have been cancelled until further notice. Large queues have formed inside the airport, which is the UK's largest outside London, and more than 100 outbound flights have already been cancelled and inbound flights diverted. The number of journeys the airport's departure board is showing as cancelled is expected to grow until at least mid-afternoon. The airport's backup power system came on when the main system went down, but the situation was complicated by main power cutting out multiple times.
Pinamumachan, prima kotumi, fantamai.
On sports news, the Afghanistan team secured the first time to defeat Australia in the Super 8 round of the T20 World Cup cricket tournament in the World Cup history.
They beat the strong Australian team by 21 runs, and however, another special feature of the match was the Australian team's ability to score the second hat-trick in the current World Cup tournament. The match between Australia and Afghanistan has taken place in Kingston in the West Indies. The Afghanistan team batting first has scored 148 runs for the loss of 6 wickets in 20 overs. Ramanullah Gurbazi's an excellent batting display, has scored 60 runs, and Ibrahim Sildron has added 51 runs. A super bowling spell of Australian Pat Cummins was another feature of the match. He took the second hat-trick of the tournament, and Pat Cummins in the match against Bangladesh has also taken a hat-trick. The Australian team in reply were all out for 127 runs in 19 overs and 2 deliveries. Garbadi Knight took 4 wickets and for 20 runs.
Back-to-back hat-tricks, Pat Cummins ida. Pinamu macang, prima kotumi, fantamai.
And that's all the news we have for tonight. Join us tomorrow at the same time for the very latest on ChannelEye. I'm Delanjali together with Charita signing off. Good night.
Good night.